Oh, you caught me vibing. What's up, GM, everybody? Hope you're feeling all right. Hope you were just grooving, man. I'll tell you what, as soon as I hit that, I start wobbling, feeling the flow, getting them hips nice and loose. I'm dealing with sciatica right now, so it's nice and work the spine a little. Sitting down is uncomfortable right now, but by about 10 minutes
get you a stand-up desk.
You know what? I have one. So I do the afternoon. I've been doing the afternoon show standing up, but this is like my home for the morning show now. Is this my little corner with my plant? I got a little Emmy art here. I got that one. That was for my birthday. And then the one on the other side that you can't see was for Father's Day. And then this is my old vintage motorcycle poster with Route 66 in the back. In the afternoon, on the afternoon show, the camera angle kind of shoots down the wall a little bit so you can see the motorcycle in its entirety.
I got to check that out because right now I just see that. It's just a sexy looking tire, you know?
Oof,
Wheels, the wheel goes round and round. Look at that sexy tire.
Someone would be like, oh, is that a beach cruiser or is that a motorcycle? I'm not really sure. So you're going to have to tune into the afternoon show to find out. But GM, Dougie Doug, come on up here, brother. That goes for anybody else. This is the morning show. All we want you to do is come up here, hang out, have a good time, laugh, connect. I mean, we got moon coming soon. That's what it's all about today. We are on a moon mission, boys and girls. Get ready for Lambos and girlfriends. And if you girls want boyfriends, that is totally your call.
We got Squid Girl giving us a wave. Hello, Squid Girl. Good to see you.
Yo, what's up, legend?
Hey, something real quick just for everybody. Look at this. We got comments coming in. I'm also streaming this to my X account as well now.
Boom.
More views for the Web3 Breakfast Club.
Love
got my
that.
coffee shirt on. Coffee.
Ooh,
drinking my coffee at my dopey cup.
Nice. I got my.
We got comments coming in. Crypto and get money. I like that. I saw that in your picture you sent me today.
Yep.
By the way, me and Jay Jane send each other pictures every morning.
Every morning.
That's tight.
Yep.
Yeah, legit. Crypto Antagonist is here, bozos. Thank you, Crypto Antagonist. And Julie GM, homie, we love you.
Julie, what's up, fam? Can't wait to shoot some content in Nashville, hang out pit side at Karate Combat, and just all around have a good time. I think, Mr. Dude, let me ask you a question. As we prepare for Nashville, do you have a cowboy hat?
No, I don't, actually.
I got extra. I'll bring you one.
Okay, that's good. I'm so excited now.
Perfect. I'll be wearing the black one. The outlaw. I'll be the outlaw of the group. I will also be wearing. There's a good chance that I'm just gonna go crazy, and I will be doing the boots and the spurs, the belt buckle, the pearl snap shirt, and a Stetson. I think I'm just gonna go all out. I mean, like when in Rome, right? And then obviously throw some chains on underneath, and I'll wear the.
I should wear. Yeah, you should. Don't even wear a shirt too, right?
Well, no. Wear the,
like
you got to wear the pearl snap. You got to wear the pearl snap, but it's going to be like obnoxiously unbuttoned, so there's like chest hair.
Are you going to wear one of those like cowboy ties?
No, I don't do the bolo tie. No way.
Do you have a sister or a cousin you can take as your date with you? You know, that way you can real Southern style.
Nice, sounds good.
I'm taking.
Just jump in there.
I'm just gonna go. It's 2024, baby. I'm just gonna take Mr. Dude as my date.
There you go. I'll wear my Canadian tuxedo, just my jeans and my jeans jacket.
You can still say he's your cousin. That way, it can still fall in line with with the stereotypes there.
So actually, on that MKID, so my wife one day she's like, "What is that?" So Jay Chain. She always call him that. Like, what's his name? I'm like, his name is Justin. She's like, do you have a picture of him? And so my wife's half Asian, right? So I like show her a picture, and like my beard is a little longer. She looks at him, and she's looking at me. And she looks at him, and I'm like, babe, it is racist, okay? Not all white people look the same, okay?
That's beardist, too. That's beardist.
Yeah, you're right. That is beardist.
And it's Tennessee, not Arkansas.
That is true. I did live in Nashville for a little bit. It just depends on, if you go a little bit north of Nashville there, it gets a little different.
It's a little dicey.
It gets very white, and then you see people with hoods and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, we were doing LinkedIn up here in 1980s." I'm like, Jesus Christ, where the hell are we at? I'll tell you a funny story. I went to a strawberry festival, and it was called Portland, Tennessee, and they had the Aryan Nation there handing out pamphlets. I was like, I'm walking there. There's people of color. This is Tennessee. And they're handing out pamphlets, and I was like, what? I told my wife, I said, we got to get out of here. So we moved to Florida after that. Yeah, that was it. You know, when you start to see the pamphlets, now I get the Confederate stuff. You know, I get it. It's part of your heritage. Your great grandpa was fighting in the Civil War. I get it. Okay. But man, the Aryan Nation, you know, I was like, bro's got the little skinny tie and the swastika on his arm. I'm like, let's round up the kids. We're going to go to the Blueberry Festival down in Florida. We're going to get out of the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah, I think the Orange Blossom Festival, or what's the one that they do at Epcot? It's like
the Flower and Garden.
Yes, that is okay.
Yeah,
so I'm not even okay.
They have the art festival. Yeah,
I gotta throw a disclaimer out here because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea of me. I am not a Disney guy. All right, if you look at me in my eyeballs when I say this, I'm not a Disney guy. But the Epcot thing is cool. All right, we can move on.
Yeah, it is. It's cool because you have all the different foods, you have all the different culture, and you can sit there and walk around with alcohol and food. You know, what's better than that? And go ride theme park rides. So,
yeah,
it's
yeah, Epcot's fine. The Magic Kingdom, it's spectacular for the little ones, right? Like
I live close, and after I looked at Gotti price today, I may be walking around Epcot later on this evening, drinking around the world. You know, because I'll tell you this much: crypto is like this, guys. I've been this for so long. I open my phone, I roll over first thing, check the price, right? Because that's what you got to do with crypto, right? You check your price. And sometimes you get a beautiful morning kiss. It's like, oh, it's like wonderful. Then other times, like today, I rolled over. I felt like a fucking mule kicked me in the throat.
Just get just a gut punch. Like right when you wake up, you're like, what the fuck?
Like, what the fuck happened when I was sleeping?
Like, who decided to sell while I was sleeping, you idiots?
Oh, well, I woke up and I was like, well, shit, people like to get rid of stuff. So we burned 2,000 Gotti tokens today, $3 million. And
you burned more?
Yeah, we made it 525 times more rare than Bitcoin. I'm like, well, shit, if people are dumping tokens, like, what else can I do? Right? We got to make it rare and scarce. So it's like, fuck it. We're down to 40.
When I saw that message, kid, the first thing I thought of was like, Heath Ledger when he's walking away from the fucking the hospital and he's pushing a button. I was like, oh my god, that's like kid right now pushing that button, just blow that shit up behind him.
Well, I got inspired. Like people dumping tokens. I'm like, well, shit, we got to just take some tokens and dump them into the incinerator. It's just, guys, it's such a crazy journey. I mean, it's just not with Gotti. It's all across the board. You wake up and you're like, yeah, this is a really good project. What the fuck happened here? Like, I got to take my profits. Like, oh, Jesus, people are unusual, but it's part of the system. And then you got to purge out the people that don't want to be there. They got to take their profits, and then you get the new people in. It's just, it's you guys are all fighters. You guys are all warriors, man. It's a training, man. You got to push through the pain. That's what you do. So
you are absolutely right, brother. It is all part of it. And I know that we've got whether you want to call it clickbait or I want to call it hopium, whatever. Title very bullish of the show today. I know that we are just ready to go. And there's people that will say, no, brother, we're going down to the 40s. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, the Bears had their chance. It's the Bulls. It's the Bulls time.
That makes me positive. Because I know when I hear those people saying every bit of information we've heard from those kind of people, that's always wrong. Because if they were right, we would all be very wealthy. So when I hear people say it's going to the 40s, I'm, here we go to the 80s.
Bullish.
When you hear these people like, we're going to 1 million, I'm like, oh shit, get ready, guys. We're going to the 30s. It's just like you listen to whatever the experts are saying and flip it. You're like, okay, you got to be smart.
You got to be smart. You got to play the game. Just know that it's a game and you got to play it. And just have some fun with it too. And that's what, I don't know. I just like to have some fun with it. And I know that's why we do this show, guys. So thank you so much for watching us. If you are watching over on Mr. Dude's X, thank you. If you're watching on my X, thank you. If you're watching on the YouTube, thank you. If you are listening in the space, come on up and chat with us. What are you most looking forward to when the moon happens? Are you going to buy a car? Are you going to pay off your debt? You're going to buy a house? What are you going to do with your newfound wealth? And remember to keep it. But
can I tell you what the first thing you're going to do? You're going to be paying a shit ton in taxes. And after you get done with that, then you can figure out how much wealth you have.
Well, that's if you cash it all out, right?
That's right. Well, this is crypto. You get money. You know how these people work. It's all cash out. Like
See, my strategy is going to be way different.
Though.
Go ahead.
Well, question about that though, because in the States, like if you take it, let's just say whatever, you have $1 million right now, you cash it all out. Do you have to pay the tax on it immediately, or is it just like next tax season?
Next tax
season? No, it's a tax season, but that's where it's going to screw people because they'll have their $1 million, and then they'll file their taxes with TurboTax, and then be like, I owe $390,000 in taxes.
Like, looks like I'm going to jail.
Or no, then they don't pay their taxes, and then the IRS, audits their accounts and puts levies, and then they get their paycheck, and then now they have no more money at their job because it's all going to the IRS. The nightmare that people are going to endure because they just think it's all free money.
Can we talk about this really quick? Because I think a much better strategy that people need to be thinking about is, hey, if you're here in crypto, you understand where this is going. Why the fuck would you turn it back into cash? Just tether it off. Just get some USDC, put it in stable coins, keep your wealth in crypto. Why would you put it back into the fiat system where you're not going to make shit? Where at least, like, all right, well, there was a big dip. Let me buy some more real quick. And then when it comes back in, cash it back out. And then you just accumulate your wealth in crypto. Forget about the fiat system. We know it's dying. Like, stop participating in that system. Like, capture all your wealth in crypto and keep it here.
Well, that's a very smart and intelligent answer. Now, we the people in crypto, we have kind of the mix between people like yourself and myself and a lot of beautiful people that are listening right now that are intelligent, because only the intelligent people listen to this, this show. So,
absolutely.
We're not talking about the rest of the crypto people, but then we have a level of IQ, I think you'd have a Cocker Spaniel, and them, the Cocker Spaniel would have a better chance on the IQ test than some of the people here in crypto. Because at least the Cocker Spaniel, for God's sakes, is loyal.
Good point. Good point.
Won't bite your ass. But it's just, people, it's such a diverse crowd of genius, smart people to, do we say the R word? Those kind of people, And even the R people, like, hey, don't classify us with those crypto people.
We can call them artistic. They're artistic.
Artistics. Yeah, so it is what it is. But people, again, if these are assets, all cryptocurrencies are assets, and to the greatest thing you can have for wealth generation in anything is an asset. Real estate. Crypto, stocks, bonds, whatever the hell.
It honestly makes no sense to me. Like, if you're here in crypto and you understand it, and obviously some people will make enough that it doesn't matter, or they don't care, or what, everybody's going to do their own thing. But like, I would just much rather, if I made $10 million in crypto, I would be much happier keeping that in USDC, in cold storage, or in some other things versus putting it back into fiat, and then you start losing value like immediately. It's like buying a brand new car. Like, why would you do that? The whole point is to preserve your wealth. So, and then plus you don't have to pay taxes on the whole fucking thing if you just like store it like.
And you'd want to store it for at least a year, right? That way especially here in the United States, you'd have, you go from long-term capital.
Yeah. And so just draw so if you made a couple $1 million, just draw what you need to fund your life, and then just keep everything else there so you don't have to pay the tax on the whole thing.
Or you put it up. I mean, there are services you put that USD into collateral, and then you can get a loan, and then you're not paying any money on taxes. I mean, there are,
and there are ways around it, right? Like I mean, we all like hear the stories of the millionaires who like basically pay no taxes because they put it in like savings accounts and whatever, like tax-free shit, and your RRSPs, and like they're just find a good accountant who will actually just help you instead of like in it for themselves again.
Remember, there's always things where you can pay your kids up to like $18,000 a year completely tax-free as like employees of the company or whatever. And
I would just say, seek good, tax advice from a good tax professional.
Yeah, that's actually great. There you go.
We got to put that disclaimer out, like, hey, these guys are giving taxes. No, you guys always seek your advice from your tax professional. And again, every country is different. You guys in Canada are a little bit different. God forbid, is it true you guys be paying up to 66% or something?
Oh no, that's like it's just like a clickbait headline. There's so much more. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
People who believe that shit are the epitome of
the R word you were talking
the R
about.
word.
Yeah.
are
I was
also
gonna
the
say,
same
if not,
people.
we're going to have another migration crisis when the bull run hits. We'll have all the Canadians breaking across the border coming back down into America. Oh man, here come the Canadians! Put the wall up.
Hose them down. Just put syrup at the border and keep them all sticky.
Oh, dude, yeah, just like just stash like the high value maple at the border, dude. They won't even try to come over. They'll just be like, oh, let's go put this in the cellar, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, look, they got it all over the roads there, buds. Just scoop it up off the roads. Don't even
The
worry
United
about
States doesn't need all these Canadian multimillionaires coming in here wrecking stuff, right?
Them and all their maple syrup.
Yeah, don't get down here with your money and try and help our inner city. Get out of here.
Get out of
Come on
here.
back. We got this under control.
Hey, we don't
Take
need
the
you guys
syrup
coming
with you.
down here to apologize, all right? We like things a little mean. All right, that didn't work. That sucked.
That was
sucks.
good.
Bombed.
So yesterday, so speaking of like just funny shit, so I was on Alex Finn's space at 4 p.m. Right, he always does his space, great space, and they were talking about like engagement farming and how like whatever the algo shit right now, and if people seem to post like injuries that like they like seem to get all this love, man. So yesterday I took a picture of my appendix scar, right, and I posted it, and I can't believe how much it fucking works. It works so much that obviously like Jay Chain's actually texted me being like, yo, did you get your appendix out? It's a 3-year-old scar.
Whoa. Let me put some context to that story. Is we were driving in the car and Whitney said, oh my God, I think Mr. Dude had an emergency surgery. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't hear anything, but let me text him real quick. So I just like opened up text messages. The phone was on the cradle thing in the windshield, and I spoke text it like, oh my God, did you just have your appendix taken out? And you're like, LOL, no, bro, that was like 3 years ago. It's like, I reacted and I said to Whitney, I was like, thank you for giving me bad advice.
But even not to that, like, I mean, the DMs I've been getting, the likes, like, I literally put in it that maybe COVID caused it and I blame the president. Like, it just like totally engagement farming. I can't believe how much it fucking works. I challenge everybody in here to just make some stupid post about like some fake injury and just watch like the engagement roll in for you, and people won't even read the post. They just see that you're hurt and there's like, oh my God, I hope you're okay.
Can I like, all right, I'm going to try real instead of faking. Because I'm like, no joke, I've got this fucking sciatica thing that's been driving me bonkers for like, dude, it was honestly, I had it before the fight, but for some reason, it must have been the adrenaline of fight week. Like it went away and then it came back like 2 weeks later. And so I've been dealing with it now for what feels like months and like, whatever. So I will actually try like a real injury engagement.
I'll put thoughts and prayers on your post, no problem.
And I would honestly say, like, and most people would be like, I wouldn't wish this on my enemies. Dude, I would wish double fucking sciatica on my enemies because fuck them.
You know, you guys are lucky because I did that a while back. And have you ever seen that John Taffer gif or meme where it says, maybe you deserve it? So I posted some injury that happened to me and I got people posting that maybe I deserve it. So, man, I'm glad you guys get love. It's a different story for me over here. So.
That's amazing.
It's a tough crowd.
Yeah. Jeez. Can't do something nice for a group of people. I mean, God forbid you try to make someone money.
I get wonderful DMs that say, thank you for Gotti. I really enjoyed it. My journey has ended and now I need to liquidate everything. I'm like, what? Not even a little bit, just all of it? It's great. Yes, of course, that's what happens, when you're a crypto dude, right? You don't get a lot of love, but that's okay. But we keep on moving and keep on doing stuff, right? And that's what makes crypto fun and exciting for all of us. It's a new, exciting day. You never know if you're going to get that or kiss or you're going to get the mule kick to the throat. So,
Scrote, the old scrote kick, huh? This morning was a scrote kick.
Throat punch, it's like,
Oh, dude, speaking of throat punches, that's something I've maintained for a long time. There are two actors that for some people, they love these guys. But for me, if I literally ever saw them walking down the street, I'd probably would throat punch them. And I've been saying this for years, maintained it for at least a decade. Brendan Fraser and Nick Cage. Those two guys, I fucking hate them. And I don't know why. They're just idiots.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to ask why. Okay.
Hello, have you ever been throat punched? Like, that shit sucks.
Yeah, I've been throat punched. It sucks.
This is why like I want to throat punch them because I want them to experience that.
Yeah. And for me, Nick Cage, the moment it happened, again, I don't know the guy, but the moment it happened was Gone in 60 Seconds when he did the scene where it was the let's
the fingers.
Let's ride.
Immediately what I pictured before you said it, I was like, it's gonna be the fingers.
Dude,
And
literally.
it's not even like a throat punch. It's like the throat chop is worse. You ever had somebody walk by you and just chop you like? Wah.
I'm gonna knock his Adam's apple into his stomach.
You can tell who has siblings here, right?
I get that about once a week from the wife. Just make the wrong comment.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
You just never know. You never know.
That'll
Sometimes,
put you in your place.
sometimes, man, you think you're saying the right thing, and it is the absolute wrong thing to say, and you might catch one. Might catch a word or a chop.
Holy crap! This morning, so Ellie was just sitting on my lap having a bottle. We were watching Coco Melon. Mickey's here. I was talking shit to him, and she just fucking does one of those head things, and she slams her head back. I feel like my nose is broken. Like it has hurt nonstop for the last like 3 hours. Breathing is a pain, but it was no throat punch. But like, goddamn, that 3-year-old fucking head is hard.
You got a 3-year-old
Post a
deviated
picture.
septum as well. What you got?
Yeah, there you go, man. I probably got like a 18-year-old deviated septum.
Post a picture and
Do the
I'll
math on
post
that.
if you post a picture, I'll post thoughts and prayers under it for you.
That's a good one, actually. I'm gonna do that right now, and I'll put it up in the JTron.
Yeah, you gotta play. You guys, you gotta be careful. You keep playing wolf like that, you really will be injured. And people like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. God, this guy gets
I really
injured a lot.
broke my nose.
I'm gonna unfollow him. This guy seems to be a toothpick, man. He breaks a lot.
You come back next week and you're like Michael Jackson with your little bandage across your nose and shit.
And thankfully, I got a free nose job. Like when I was in high school, I broke my nose in football, and so I like lived my life with like a semi little hump on the bridge of it, right? And in sparring, I got my nose broken and crooked, and then in the fight, Billy actually like smashed it down and like broke it straight and down a little bit. So like the hump was gone, and now, but I'm still like. I still have like holes where I think I'm breathing air out of that weren't there before.
That's what you call winning, my friend. You saved. How much money did you save on the plastic surgery?
Thousands.
Yeah, thousands.
Yeah, attributed to the boost of my career as well.
Billy.
Shout out to Billy,
for the
man.
nose job.
Billy the nose surgeon.
Free admission to the Fire Festival. Jarek, what's up, bro? You don't gotta raise your hand. You can just interject.
Oh no, I'm glad there's somebody here that shares my hate for Nick Cage. I hate Nick Cage.
Hate him.
I hate him ever since The Wicker Man. I've hated him. That horrible dumpster fire of a movie, though. But yeah, it's good to see other people besides me really hate Nick Cage.
People get offended when I say it for some reason. Like he's like God's gift to acting. I'm like, why are you going to defend this guy?
Dude, did you not see Ghost Rider 2? Now that was a timeless classic.
Get out of here.
I'm just fucking with you. No,
Oscar worthy.
It's fucking throat punch worthy for real. One long slow punch to the urethra.
So what do you guys think about Brendan Fraser though?
I don't know what your problem is with him except for Encino, man.
Yeah, and it's tough. Like Brendan Fraser, I think he became he did all those shitty movies, and then he found out he like basically quit to do all those Disney movies for his kids, and you're kind of like, oh man, like was I hating on him for no reason? Then he went like bankrupt because like I don't know, I guess money problems or whatever. And now he's like on a comeback trail. You're kind of like, oh, did I root for this guy or was The Mummy that bad?
The Mummy was bad. The Mummy's franchise was terrible. I probably have seen maybe 10 minutes of each one total. I don't know, but not good. He's not a good actor. And this whole redemption arc where he played like the fat guy and then he lost the weight, whatever, like no one cares. Ozempic.
Yeah, I didn't watch that movie either.
Ozempic, baby. Come on.
Crypto, Moonsoon, Lambos, and girlfriends.
Money.
Cage, and Brendan
They
Fraser.
have all of those while we're like, man, fuck these guys. And they're like, hey, I have a Lambo and girlfriends and all this money.
We have I see a comment that just came in on the Twitter sphere saying, hey, don't be talking shit about the Mummy.
Oh shit.
Like the Tom Cruise Mummy?
No.
They thought they could redeem it with Tom Cruise. Ugh.
Did he? Was he in one of them?
Tom Cruise became like the fourth one they did like 15 years later. Tom Cruise was the star, and it was just as bad, if not worse.
It was supposed to be like a Marvel universe of the MonsterVerse. It was supposed to be like the Mummy, Frankenstein,
really?
and it failed. It failed.
She said, "Don't talk about the Mummy." And what do?
We start
talk
talking
about the
shit. Hey.
But we love Sandra though. Sandra is the best mummy.
The only one that can call her mummy are her dogs.
You know, the
That's
first
good-
Mummy.
good one, Carrie.
I'll give a little love to the first Mummy. When it came out in '99, you got to remember it's '99. This thing's 25 years old. It was okay. It had a little bit of elements of suspense, but when they kept milking it to fucking death after that, it was just like, oh god.
That's the problem with most like the sequels and how they start to like add in the
Fast and the Furious.
yeah, too fast, too furious, way too fast and way too furious.
Yeah, what are they up to? Like now, like 37. Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious Asian one. We're
I will give you guys
drifting.
a funny story. I lived in the time in Southern California, and actually, one of my cars was actually in Fast and Furious back in the day. I lived out by the Palm Springs area, and they filmed it not too far away from there. Those scenes on a freeway that was just being built, and they had a whole tuner event because I was big into the import tuning scene back in the day, and actually one of my cars was actually featured in the film. So
Oh hell yeah! What was
Which one?
You don't
have
have to
Can you
dox.
show
You don't have
us?
to
I wanna
dox your
fucking see
car
this
that
thing.
was in the movie, but
that's that Volkswagen Jetta that was in there. That was my car, and they of course cloned it and made a bunch of things on it. So the white VW Jetta that was in that movie.
in the original,
Go back in the original, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back, even though
Can I
none of
just
us
jump
want to.
in
We're
and
gonna go
say
back and
it was
watch
a white. Yeah, it's white, and you'll see it in there. But that was my car, and
Can I just jump in and say
car? Yeah, it's just a little VR6 Jetta that had nitrous and supercharger, 500 horsepower. We'd run the quarter mile in 11 seconds, and it's actually faster than most of all those cars that were in that movie at the time. But then they basically cloned it. They liked it, and then I think over the course of it, I think they made about 11 of those cars. So they just got Jettas, and it was real cheap for them to do it because they didn't have a huge budget at the time. So. Yeah, so it was kind of a funny story.
What's the fastest you ever drove in it with the Nas?
I did 162 miles an hour, and this is a front wheel drive car.
Yeah, it was a little shaky.
It would break your fingers if you could break your fingers on it if you turned the wheel and then floored it because it would just want to go pull straight. If people are familiar with front wheel drive cars. So back in the day, that's my story back in Fast and Furious when it was just like again. You can guess. I think there's some YouTube videos and stuff like that. There back in the day of they opened it up for the filming just to have all these tuners and all because Southern California was such a huge import tuner kind of crowd back in the '90s, and it was pretty cool. And that movie just blew up just because the tuner crowd was like the first like street racing thing, and just how that franchise did. And I think they gave me. I think I got paid $5,000 for the use of the car and doing it. And
did they do any damage to the car?
We lost the windshield because we were following. There was a chase scene on there, and a big old rock came up and went right through the windshield. Other than that, no, there wasn't damage. And then they just basically they had it for about a month, and then they copied it, and they wanted to know where I got all the body kits, the graphics, and they just ended up started cloning it over and over and over again. And then that car went on, and actually, I believe it went to auction at some point. So
Dude, that's cool.
See what happens when you make jokes on Web3.
You find something.
You get real life stories that you never hear. There's the tangents that goes off. We start talking Nick Cage, now we're talking tuner racing.
Hey, that's the beauty of the Web3 Breakfast Club, guys. I appreciate everyone that is here. This is a great time to reset the room. Let everyone know that if you are watching on X, go ahead and hit the heart, tag a couple friends, repost the video. If you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and smash a like. We appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for joining the Web3 Breakfast every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. There we go. I got to get better at that.
Still hate Nick Cage, though.
Still hate Nick Cage. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. I don't know if you guys just tuning in, but welcome to the We Hate Nick Cage Hour. Everybody here collectively hates Nick Cage enough to cancel him from ever appearing in another movie for his life. Thank you.
You just feel so comfortable just speaking for all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
you guys signed the waiver.
I was just going to say, National Treasure movie.
Dude, that's okay. He has one redeeming film. I can't remember what it's called, but the guy, I think he like improv the entire alphabet or something. He was like supposed to just say like something about his ABCs, and then he ended up like right like riffing the entire fucking alphabet all the way to Z. And fuck, I gotta figure out what movie this is. I
Was
gotta
he
go.
in
I gotta be
Matchstick Men? Was he in Matchstick Men? The con movie.
I think so. Some of his, yeah, man, like some of his old
That's a cool
stuff.
movie.
I don't know, man. Those are not throw punch worth movies. There's some of them are some of the old stuff. I think is what people are clinging on to. Then you get into your national treasures and your goddamn, you know, Ghost Riders and
Come
it's
on, the
like,
guy's got one Oscar win. Okay,
Yeah.
he's got only one
He's done.
Oscar win.
He's
That
done.
ain't shit for a guy that's been in like a jillion movies. One Oscar win. That's terrible.
Yeah. Matchstick
Yeah, but
Men
the
was
guy
good, though. I'll
would be
give
like
him
me.
that. I'll give him that. I checked it.
I got to Google this film. You
We
got to see
know
this.
that
It's like
Jay
A B C D E F G H I J K
All right,
L M N O
I'm on
P Q R
IMDb.
S.
You do a good
I'm
job. Good
serious.
job, Kerry.
Fucking
Good
joke.
job.
It's jokes. You got to see it if you haven't. But I mean, it's the one time where I was like, okay, I like this guy. And then I saw him in Ghost Rider and like hurled everything I ever ate. So yeah,
All right,
you know.
I'm gonna go up from what looks like 1981 was his first movie. I got IMDb pulled up. And you know what I can do? I will switch my screen from the space. So I apologize to my space people for a second here, but we are going to switch over to IMDb. Let me just make sure that it did that. There you go. Let's zoom in. If you're watching, hopefully you can see that now. There you go. All right. So we're going to go down to the beginning. The Best of Times was the first movie he was ever in 1981. He played Nicholas Coppola. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We'll give him an A-OK for that one because that's a cult classic movie. Did he make that movie? I don't think so. None of these other movies stick. Raising Arizona, okay, that's a classic. A Time to Kill, whatever. I mean, look, there's a lot of movies. Leaving Las Vegas, you could say was maybe all right. The Rock wasn't even a star. Sean Connery was, right? Con Air, whatever. Face Off.
I think it's Vampire's Kiss. Vampire's Kiss, I believe, is the one we're looking for.
Wait. Con Air is a classic.
Yeah, it's a good one. But also, like Dave Chappelle even makes that movie. Quick, the last Mohican's burning.
All right,
He's
all
so
right,
good
all
in
right,
that.
all right. I'll give you Con Air. I'll give you Con Air. Face Off. I did enjoy that movie as a kid, but probably not because of Cage. City of Angels.
The story of Face Off is good.
Yeah, the story of Face
Then
Off.
John Travolta, it was
the story. It's
supreme,
the plot.
was superb.
It's like
no, it was all John Travolta. Come on,
like the
and
porn
plus,
that you guys
you know what?
watch.
That was
a lot of really good movies.
That was the movie where Nicolas Cage said he's going to eat a peach for hours. I'm going to eat a peach for hours.
The one you're talking about.
You said it like 3 times. That was Face Off. How can you not forget that? That was one of the greatest lines since "Never rub another man's rhubarb."
Jesus, don't ever rub another man's rhubarb ever.
No, that's
Unless you
from
love
the original
rhubarb, I guess.
Batman, by the way.
What's that?
Spoken by the Joker. That one's the Joker from the original Batman with Michael Keaton. Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Okay.
One of the greatest lines in film of all
Vampire's
time.
Kiss. Vampire's Kiss is one we need to check out. Is that what
that's the one where he does. He teaches somebody the alphabet or something, and it's like he's like, what kind of drugs is he on? I had to ask myself.
All right, so you could say from '96 when he did The Rock. So that's '96 was The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off '97. City of Angels. I mean, that was chick flick, right? Like, fuck that. Like, you probably were trying to get laid watching it. That's why most of us watched that in '98. I was a sophomore or a junior in high school. Snake Eyes. All right, you could say that was kind of an all right movie. '98. So the late '90s were good to him. 8mm, not a terrible movie. 2000. That's it. That's when he became dead to me. I was graduating high school in 2000.
That's when he came out with National Treasure and
Dude, that's it. That's the end of the end for him. Was Gone in 60 Seconds.
Y2K killed him.
Yeah.
That was the end of his career. The Y2K bug it only affected Nicolas Cage.
I can't wait for that to be the title of the clip about this whole thing. Was Y2K killed
Nicolas
Cage?
Wasn't there like one time where he made a movie called Knowing on their list, and then he made another movie that was exactly like Knowing, and it came out like a couple months later?
Is it an older one?
I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, it was like around the time. Whatever you see like Knowing on there, there's another one that he came out with. There's like 2 movies back to back that were the exact same fucking thing. I remember watching them both, being like, how did they do this?
Knowing,
the exact same fucking movie.
There was Knowing in 2009, then G-Force, Bad Lieutenant, and Astro
No, then it
Boy.
must have been someone else. They did it. It must have been Knowing with him, and then some other shit movie with another person who was just like.
He was in Bad Lieutenant. Bad Lieutenant is a sick movie. You guys got to see that if you haven't. My God.
All right.
I got bad news. I got bad news. We got a comment down here that says boot Carrie for his Ghost Rider comment.
Oh man, Ghost Rider 2. It was Ghost Rider 2 I was dunking on, not the first one. Come on.
Did you know he was supposed to be Superman? Did y'all know that?
He's gonna be Superman.
Nuts.
He was going to be Superman.
Oh, they canceled him? I thought he for sure was going to get it. The long-haired Superman from another dimension.
The Screen Actors Guild actually called me and asked me what I thought, and I said, please, I would like for you to decline that opportunity for Mr. Cage. And they said, okay, cool. We will. What the fuck? Get off there.
Yeah, there was even like test footage of him actually in the suit, and it looks ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Dude, it wasn't test
Superman
footage.
does not have a.
It was in the Flash movie, bro. If you watch the Flash,
I know, but
right at the very end, man, he's like standing there all pumped and.
Have you seen the documentary Superman Lives?
Oh my God, no.
You need to see it because it talks about him being in that movie.
Friggin', what is this? Wednesday morning was not one of them.
What's up, Neil?
Nerds.
How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you? Might have had a hot mic there. All right. So I do see. I clicked on the IMDb again for Mr. Cage on The Flash. He is uncredited in that movie. It says he does not get a credit for it.
I don't know that it's actually him. They might have just taken like a really realistic like 3D image and like dropped it in CG because it was just a moment. Like it's just like he's just standing there with his like hands on his hips, looking all ripped and. This long flowing hair, and it looks absolutely ridiculous.
He's got
he was pissed. He's pissed.
He's got, just so you guys know, he's got 5 upcoming movies. Lords of War is in pre-production. The Carpenter's Son is in pre-production. Spider Noir, 2 episodes pre-production. That's gonna be a TV series.
Spider-Man Noir. Oh, okay. That might be his redeeming.
It just says Spider Noir. It might not be Spider-Man.
Hold on.
Well, Spider-Man Noir is. He was Spider-Man Noir.
You're right.
Yeah, no, that could be neat because it's Spider-Man in black and white running around with like guns and shit.
It's
you guys know all of this is going straight to streaming. This is just going to be straight to streaming. You just know it.
Probably. I would.
I guess that's it now. Remember back in the day, it was like, oh, that went straight to DVD, and you like go into Blockbuster. You're like, I didn't see any fucking movie trailers for this.
You know what's
like, now
funny?
It's just like, oh, it goes straight to Hulu.
That would be like, that was insulting back then, right? Like straight to DVD. Now it's like, dude, hell yeah, we're streaming, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we just went to the movie theater the other day. I got not a huge family, but it's $170, $180 to go see a damn movie. I was like, well, sheesh, maybe we just go straight to streaming and say, we'll go buy the kids some dinner or lunch or some toys or something like that. We'll save $150.
You could buy a fucking projector and paint the wall white.
Right. So I had a friend who worked like at a movie theater, and he told me that that they actually, they have to rent the movies basically from the studios, right? They don't make a fucking penny off of the actual movies because of how much they have to pay to these studios. And like that's why they're fucking concessions are so expensive because they have to pay for all the employees, everything else out of popcorn and pop.
That's crazy.
You're right. Yeah, and that's why the majority of movie theaters are going. You don't see them anymore because the overhead. So that's why you have to pay your $11.95 for your popcorn and your $37.
So we need Roaring Kitty to save the fucking movie industry.
Now I will say, if you've never been to a Bruin View, you gotta check that out. Now you guys know me. I don't watch movies. I don't go to movie theaters because I inherently just fall asleep immediately. But if you go to the Bruin View, then you get a chance to have a cocktail or like an adult milkshake or something, and then you get to take a nap. Bruin Views are cool.
But I was gonna say, because don't you have to like pee? Like, I have a beer. Last thing I want to do in like a sick movie is go pee.
Just don't break the seal. Once you break the seal, you're fucked. But if you don't break the seal, you're good.
I don't know if I agree with that, dude. After about 3 or 4 beers, man, like there's no not breaking the seal. I mean, it's coming.
You got a big bladder. You're good.
Dude, my bladder is probably the size of a walnut.
Yeah, 5, 6 beers, IMAX, 3D, front row thing. That's a whole new experience for a movie,
They just put like a trough at the front. It's like
I'll
I
take
know
a
there are
stadium.
fucking stadium. There are stadiums in
Stadium
England.
bladder.
There you go. There are stadiums in England. My brother-in-law was telling me that they like have like a trough in the front row, and like they'll just like you just piss in the trough when you're at these games. If you pass out, they would fucking like crowd surf you down and throw your ass into the fucking trough.
Oh God!
If you
What
guys
about the ladies?
if you get a chance in life, go to the Sphere in Las Vegas. You want to talk about Stadium City? My God, you know I don't get afraid of heights, but it's like holy shit! Like if anybody topples, you're going down about 200 feet down to the bottom.
Jesus.
But yeah, the Sphere is incredible. If you
It's
guys
on my bucket list.
That's where they're doing. So that's where the McGregor rematch fight is at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
I believe so. Yeah,
dude. Let's all go. Let's just all go.
it is worth it. It's pricey as hell, but it is worth it. You know, few things in life you're like, oh, is this worth the hype? And it's like, oh wow, it's the most immersive thing you've ever been in your life. It's pretty incredible.
So I saw an article about this, and this was after I still get like emails on one of my old email accounts about fish. A long time ago, I was a big fish head, like when I was in like high school and like my early 20s and stuff. But I still get the emails, and so I actually clicked on one of them because they said that they had played the Sphere, and because I was really interested to see because it was talking about how like the rendering capabilities, right, is absolutely amazing, but the file sizes are like when you say enormous. Like absolutely enormous, like 15 seconds.
Terabytes of data. Yeah, it's like terabytes and terabytes of data.
Yeah, like 15 seconds of video takes like a week to render. Like that's how long it takes these files in order to be able to play them and display them. So it's like when Fish played there, I think the Grateful Dead play there, or recently did. You know, they're doing concerts. They're like for them to like make these gigantic projections, like that's insanity. And I may have screwed the numbers up there, but it's something insane like that.
No, I believe it because I don't know what the resolution on that screen is, but I know it's I forget, somebody can post the statistics on it, but it's insane. It is absolutely, you can imagine trying to project that much information, high res information on something that's that big.
Dude, when we are all giga chad jillionaires from our crypto fortunes.
From MKid burning more fucking Gotti.
Yeah, I'll get you guys to millionaires sooner or later. I just might have to keep on burning the supply.
Well, that's what we'll just throw like a 1 year Gotti party at the Sphere in Las Vegas. We'll have a awesome time. We'll do some kind of crazy event.
I did, believe it or not, I have a friend that has connections for, and I was looking at the to get it was 20 displays of Gotti token on the Sphere over, you know, you can do a 1 day package, 2 day package, a week package. Yeah, it's a wee bit pricey. I mean, like we're talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, but you know, we get the price up there high enough. You know, you may see Gotti, just a big old token of Gotti on the Sphere. So
wild.
Bro, viral marketing, I'm all for that because that kind of gets organic growth, you know, a little bit. It's like, hey, what the hell is this? You know, big old QR code up there, you know, half the size of you know, the Mirage Hotel.
Bro, the Sphere is badass. Like they be trolling like with the Sphere, like they be like having like eyes on the Sphere going and watching airplanes fly by and shit. Like, yo, that thing's funny as hell, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta go see it.
It's just neat, you know, because it was the first time like I took the family in there, and you know, so many times in life you go through stuff, but you actually feel like you're living in the future. Like I got my Tesla car, driving in, I'm like, wow, this, you know, you can tell like shit, this is the future. And then going into the Sphere and seeing that is like, wow, this is the future of what, you know, how technology can be used to be so immersive. So it was like kind of that feeling like, wow, this is impressive.
Do you think we'll be able to replicate that feeling? Say, if so, you've been there and you've experienced that. Do you think that will be something that we can replicate with the metaverse, so that people who can't actually experience that get the opportunity to at least?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all perspective, right? You put some good goggles on, some, you know, really high tech viewing devices. Yeah, I mean, I think that the immersion type of stuff is already going there. You know, this 3D, 4D stuff is. I mean, you know, that's the future. Right? It's just.
Have you seen those ads on the walls now that are like? They're not just ads. It's layers of LED mesh, I believe, and so they layer it onto a window or like a glass, and then it fucking projects like 3D. Like it's crazy. Like I've seen shit that.
Yeah, I was in Times Square. New York City had
like thing what is that stuff?
It's just like again, it's like a holographic. It's the same principles like, you know, when we were kids, we get those little holographic things. You're like, oh, it's, you know, holographic sticker. Yeah, it's the same thing, but just using in projections with
and no glasses required though. There's no extra
no.
that's the beauty of it. You can just look at it.
They did
right?
that. They did that with some concerts, didn't? Wasn't Drake who did that at a concert? I know that they've done the holographic thing at Tupac and Biggie and stuff.
They do a lot of Coachella.
Yeah, Prince.
Snoop. They had Tupac on the stage with Snoop, years and years ago with holographic projections. And yeah, it gets that. Then that starts to get crazy. Can you imagine? They'll literally, we're going to start living in fucking Star Trek here eventually.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That. So I had mentioned the Drake thing. The whole thing about that holographic thing was they had projected an image of him younger sitting on a couch that handed him a note. And I don't remember the specifics or how that actually went, but it's almost like this holograph handed Drake a note and he grabbed an actual piece of paper, whether he had it in his hand or he's, did some kind of sleight of hand trick. I don't know, nor do I care, but that's not the point. The whole thing was it took this digital thing and then made it so immersive that it seemed like it was reality. Well,
it's always a ratcheting it up, right? This is Pandora's box, right? You get tagged and then it's this and this. And the same thing with my kids. It's a different generation. I grew up in the 80s. I'm an old dude, but what we grew up with, and then seeing the appreciation for it, I don't know if the future generations have the appreciation because they never had the contrast of looking at a computer screen that's green and white. It's like, what the orange?
I need to clarify something really quick.
He got bars. He said future generations have appreciation. He was up here dropping bars.
I like that. I need to clarify something with you, M-Kid, real quick, because I'm not sure what you meant here. You said that you grew up in the 80s, and in the same breath, you also said something about being an old man. Does that mean that you were born?
Well, I feel like that because 50's knocking on the door in a few years. I've just got that door shut right now, so I'm like, oh, fuck you, I'm not 50 yet. But
I'm 42, and I don't consider myself an old man. But if I am, then I gotta not be delusional.
No, I'm a little bit older than you, not by much, but I'm there. But just the technology difference. Like my kids have the high def OLED tablets that they're playing with. They had no idea what I play with a Game Boy that didn't even have light. That I had to have my brother sit there and take a flashlight on it so I could play in the back seat as we're going down the road. I mean, we had it rough.
Facts.
Jay Chain said, "Yeah, I know you're old and all, but I gotta ask, have you taken your competency test?"
Yeah. That and me and the president, we'll do it together.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna let him go first. I think we're gonna go age before beauty kind of thing.
Yeah, the thing in the Medicare. Get the cognitive test going on.
Hey, also though, real quick, shout out Corey, who posted like an old photo from when he had surgery, and he said don't wrestle alligators, and he already had to post like an I'm sorry post because fucking everyone's blowing him up. It's a good job, Corey. Yeah, that it's an old one. I didn't wrestle alligators. I'm okay. Shout out you, Corey.
Was it going crazy?
So I guess he was getting DMs and shit, so he had to post like, I'm okay. Like, look at the photo here. I'll share it to the top of the space. It's like, I saw it. I was like,
yeah,
damn,
you shouldn't wrestle alligators. That photo looks fucked up.
That is a fact.
Oh, Corey's allowed. He's a ninja. Alligators. I could see J Chains and Corey getting
also,
up on
damn,
an
Derek. Yeah, that fucking Nick Cage photo is awful.
That's
the Superman
one?
Yeah, it's up in the J-Tron.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Corey, but that's what Nick Cage is going to look like after Jay Chain's throat chops him.
Do you know something? Speaking of Vegas and Cage, do you know what I just remind me of? Nick Cage is turning into fucking Wayne Newton. His face he must have the same plastic surgeon. He's turning into fucking Wayne Newton. Sorry, guys. I diverged. We're thinking of Spear and Vegas and Cage. I'm like, oh, shit, this guy looks like... Who does this guy look like? And it's Wayne fucking Newton. So anyways.
Yeah, it's all good. This can forever should be sponsored by ADHD. We all got it.
If you look at the
picture... How many people actually...
Oh, go ahead.
Squirrel. Oh, I was just going to ask, dude, how many people actually thought that fucking appendix removal was real? Like, because I looked at it yesterday, I'm like, that ain't no fucking emergency, nothing, man. That's a fucking old ass scar. What the fuck is you trying to?
My post literally said that I got it done live on the show.
I know. I read the post. I liked it. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I'm like, that ain't no news. That ain't no new nothing, man.
I got like five or six DMs just being like, hey, like speedy recovery. Like I hope you're well. Like Just like, oh, did you?
There's not even stitches. There's nothing. It's just like this old
I literally blame the president. Like, no, like, are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the operating table.
I bet somebody. I bet there's some TikTok influencer that's tried that. Right? Tried to
For real. They're like, I'm tough. Just like, I don't even need I don't need to go to sleep. Just cut me open. I gotta film this for my friend.
When you get your eye surgery done, dude, we need that live.
Fuck.
Oh, that's a good one, J Chains. I want to smell the smoke.
That just makes me nervous about going blind. That's the one thing that holds me back from getting LASIK is my fear of like twitching when the cut's happening and then I just go blind forever. Like that's just a fear.
You got to pony up a little bit more money, and you get the ones that don't cut your eyes. That's the $4,000 per eye version, not the $899.
Yeah. Like people are just like, oh yeah, no, like I heard there's a place down the street. They're doing like a buy one get one free sale.
That doesn't even cut; it just uses lasers. Yeah, and you never have to worry about there's no blade. Yeah, so
plus
that's a lot more money. That's not the one you see on the billboard. 2 eyes for $99. Fantastic.
And then right behind that billboard is always like, been injured recently? Call fucking.
Or they have lens crafters right after in case it doesn't work. Go back and get your glasses.
You can always just slip the doctor like a fucking hundy, and he'll give you he'll just knock you out.
Bro,
that's what I like to do.
Bro,
I'm like, here's an extra 100. Can you just knock me the fuck out, please?
Dude,
that
would be me.
Yeah, you just don't want Stevie Wonder being the spokesperson for the LASIK eye center you're going to. So just be careful of that.
I just called to say LASIK's on sale.
I heard LASIK's bad for you now. I heard there's reports coming out that it's actually really bad now.
So I had seen this video. I had posted this, and then you guys, everybody commented on me like, yeah, they asked the 5 people sitting at the same table, so they probably all were coached. But it was like it scarred me because I literally was like some day that I was looking at research, and obviously the algorithm hit, and so this video pops up about these 5 or 6 people all saying, if I had to go back, I would never do LASIK because like I'm blind now, or I have pain every single day, or my eyes don't stop watering.
These people who could fucking see though, none of them were blind. That was the best part.
Well, we don't know that.
But if they had eye surgery that like totally made them fuck, do you think they would have looked like perfectly clear eyes in that video? Those people looked healthy as fuck.
That's a good point. Still,
that could be different if it was like Michael J. Fox being like, I was their doctor.
Right. And if you were really injured, I want to see you looking like Stevie Wonder. I want the goggles on. You got crooked eyes. They're all white and shit. Then I can believe your story.
Don't they say that?
Yes,
they say that Stevie Wonder's faking? That he can actually see? Like, wasn't there
he's totally faking.
Yeah, there's some things.
Totally faking.
Some people or somebody throws some stuff at him and he flinches. It's like
maybe he's like Daredevil though. He's been blind for so long.
Okay, all right.
Maybe he's just mostly blind. You never know.
I was going to bring it up for jokes. Is it Stevie Wonder not really blind? But no, he is actually blind. But when you're blind, you got heightened senses, and he could probably see maybe a couple inches in front of him. Like shadows or shit like that. You know what I mean? There's definitely times where he's been caught knowing where he's going,
blocking a throat punch.
How does a blind man do heroin?
What'd you say?
Isn't that like the most dangerous thing ever for like a blind guy to try to stab himself?
Yeah, when you're rich though, you just pay someone else to do it,
and just trust them that they're gonna fucking well, I guess if you're rich enough, you surround yourself with it.
That's what happened to Michael Jackson.
That's
Jesus.
That is what happened to Michael
Jackson. This got dark.
No, not Jesus, Carey. He was nailed to the cross.
Jesus. God. All right. Hey.
Nailed right in.
Concept though.
On that note, y'all have a wonderful day. Okay.
This was a blast.
I guess you guys.
Yeah, this is actually a blast.
You guys took me serious.
Good end of the day on a good crucifixion joke.
I love every freaking single one of you. Don't change a thing about yourself other than making yourself better, doggone it. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. We will see you at 4 p.m. Eastern for the J Chains Crypto Show. If, say, you're busy and you can't make it, that's okay. You watch the replay later today, but make sure that you're back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for more Web3 Breakfast. Anybody got anything else? Are there any other shows that we need to know about? Speak now or forever. Hold your peace.
You got to shut down, Carey. Your comment got to shut down.
That's okay. It's time to go anyway.
Have a good day. No, I was just picking with Carey.
Love you guys.
Y'all have a good day. Be safe.
Adios, amigos.